Welcome to another closing bell for the week ending 28th of August. Selamat Hari Merdeka. Well, has been a great long weekend here, and I apologize for not doing it on time. I was also away for a business trip, and I'm back here with you today. So, market's doing well, right? And looking back at my notes that I have last week on the 21st of August, last week we were at 1574, and today is 1612. Am I correct? Yep, 1612. Fantastic, huh? Last trader is 1612. So the market has really turned now. Let's see what has happened in here. Now, if you use IVSA chart, you will notice we have a nice two-bar reversal here. This is the bar. That two-bar reversal was definitely, we have a lot of tests, a little bit of spring in here. If I have the chart, I can show you here. No, that's Singapore, right? Doesn't matter. I'll show you next time. Make sure you subscribe to the IVSA chart, and you can see it so much better with our chart here rather than this naked chart. Now, last week we did mention, look, the 1600 was the resistance, which is here, 21st of August. Good thing it broke through. Next level was 1500. So it went to 1500, it broke back to 1600, which is good, very good sign. But this does look like a not that excellent good quality IVSA because of the tail wasn't that long. We normally look at the body of it. So you can see, having said that, market might just pull back a bit. Now that all going to depends on the US Dow Jones, because the Malaysia to on Monday, which is 31st of August, it's closed for Merdeka celebration. So happy Merdeka Day. Okay, so that's the prognosis we've been seeing so far. But if you look at the weekly chart, it's been very great. Look at this so-called inside bar day. Okay, it took out a little narrow bar, came back, lots of volume, and of course stopping volume with the best. And guess what? Look at this tail here. Look at this tail here. So that's been great. And I do think, judging from here, market's likely to move sideways from now. Perhaps a few more bars here. One, two, three, four or five more bars before we go back up. That's what I like to see here going forward. Okay, let's look at the small cap stock. So first, mid cap stock. This is a mid cap stock. Similar story, no change. And you switch to a weekly chart. Very similar this time round. Uh, okay. So you can see here, you have the tail here, very similar, nice tail here. Notice this tail and this tail. That's what we think market's going to reverse, have this long tail here. And that seems to be convincing, right? So that's for mid cap stock. Let's go to small cap stock. Nice, touching the bottom in here. Let's see, was there any, wow, this thing has to go very far back, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, let's check the weekly chart. When was the last time we actually hit this level here? If I draw my lines here, hey, look at that old resistance high here. Okay, that's the best we could do. Did we go lower here? Maybe somewhere around here. Okay, so market really came off. You can see many people say this does look like a head and shoulder pattern, and that's why the market goes down. Okay, but I don't subscribe to that because price and volume does has to stay in the scheme of all things. Okay, now let's look at the foreign funds we have seen so far. Uh, here, now foreign funds has stopped on the 27th of August. That has stopped, and that's which is a really good thing. So it stopped on 27, and but since then we have a lot of heavy selling in here. Look at the volume; all the volume came out. As such, we haven't have anything, and if you judge in the judge of all things, in the last 1 month we have almost minus 4 billion net selling from the KLCI. That's huge. That's a lot. Okay, and next we're gonna look at FKLI and CPO. So this is FKLI, which is future. Similar story, sort of outside bar day rather than inside bar day, and then the market goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have a small doji tail in here. So that's so I think at best Tuesday will be profit taking. Market might just come off to 1.6 or so and retest it, which is quite easy to trade because whenever you have a sort of look like a minor uptrend, it's not really confirmed because of the tails in here. This uh, and then going forward, you have the CPO. Wow, CPO really recovered in here. You could see This is more like a 2 bar reversal over a 2 bar, and you have the market pushing back higher. Okay, market pushing up high in here. And let's go across to Singapore Straits Time. Today is up 10 points. This is what I mean. A lot of time, the FKLI in this case, might have a doji in here, but market certainly gaps up and holding up, and then later on just push through it. This is what we're seeing for uh, the STI. Okay, let's look at the regional market, which is US, has been doing quite well because there is a hint that the US interest rate may be delayed, and that you see this. This was a 1,000 point drop and reversed to up to 500. The day people were disappointed, and it went up and then came back. Guess what? Hey, the next day came and it came and it came. So let's look at high. High is 1,666 or 1,666. This one is 16670. So just slightly 4 points. Tonight will be great to see how it actually gonna beat it. But if you look in all things, market is holding up in here. This is a test, and every time the test fails, guess what? It's going to come down. So that's what the IVSA has, a lot of predictive power. If you get a test and the market's going to break down, so you're going to see a bit coming down, which is expected. Anyway, you have a nice rally in here, it's going to come back down. That is expected of Dow Jones, right? Looking at Hang Seng too, gaps up when the US market's up and then sell off. A lot of people taping up in here. Again, Hang Seng is taking out a cue from Shanghai, and Shanghai certainly don't look good. Now remember, Dow Jones is below 200-day moving average. Hang Seng too, first time. Shanghai broke through. You have first broke through on the 21st. That's where we talk about Shanghai doesn't look good, and Sindong have rapidly ascend down, and now it's sort of breaking below. Every time any stocks that below 200 moving average is going to be pretty bad. So the market has crept back to 3,200 for the Shanghai. Uh, Even Nikkei, the all-time favorite. And I think there was an article I sent out to the group about a CIS trader made this money in here, shorted it and make about 34 million on the futures. Look at that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did pretty well in here using price and volume. I couldn't see volume in here. Right. I think that's where the breaking point is. And that was the wonderful break, 4-day consecutive down. Pretty hard to test, but you have this missing the top in here. At one point you have to break, and that's what the point is. Right? Okay, you got recover, and also Australia too. Also same story, recovering in here. All this due to Dow Jones, but I do believe Malaysia was the country who started it, recovering much earlier. And you see this 1,000 point on the 24th. You look at KLCI. When did we turn? Okay, change back to a daily chart that I have here. We actually turn on the 25th. See, 25th we turn, and Dow Jones turn only 24th. So like it or not, Malaysia is actually a leading indicator for the rest of the world. So be proud of that, okay? Be very proud of that, and I do. So let's look at the stock that we have last week, 21st. Two weekly bars of sideways movement. Okay, sideways movement, and you got to have a resistance now at well, I would say around 1650, 1640 level here. Okay, and if you look at daily charts, definitely be an uptrust in here. This is the one, 1650. Is it? What's the high there? 1626 to 1650, this level here. So that's how we see it pronouncedly, and see how we go from here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, already 4 updates. Remember, 4 updates we tend to have profit taking like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then sideways movement, 1, 2, 3, 4, sideways movement. Who knows? It might just break back down again. But at one point in time, I said before, it's going to come back and retest 150. Make sure it's somewhere around here. It goes like that, and then probably resume back. All right, with that, I wish you happy Merdeka Day. Thank you for watching Closing Bell for week ending 28th of October, 28th of August. Bye. Oh yeah, before I do that, I forgot the usual one, which is the gold and ringgit. That's right. I also need to talk about wicks too. That's right. Now wicks, remember last week, wicks tend to be around 19.14. It hits 26, which is the all-time high. If you look at the weekly, for the first time, I've been tracking wicks for a long time. I would say almost like 4 or 5 years. First time it hit 52 because it broke through the 200-day moving average, and that was a real panic. You can see this one here. I believe this is a 24th, which coincides with the 200-day moving average breaking down. So that's a bit panicky for the US market, and that's why we saw the VIX. Hopefully, it will come back down to settle around 20. Then we see resumption. From here onwards, you might see Dow Jones continue to break a bit higher, but not much. Upside just is possible. Okay. Uh, then let's look at the gold and ringgit, which is very important to keep in perspective. First thing first is the ringgit. Now we have here an uptrust here, no volume to confirm. We got the 2 bar here, uptrust. It's a good thing. That's a good thing. So market came out. It might come in and test 415. If they don't raise interest rate, then US dollar will weaken because anticipation that look, what's the whole point? Rates aren't increasing, no point bringing your US dollar back. So that will sort of buy some time for the Malaysian market to recover a bit, in this case, ringgit. Now, gold has dipped back down again, right, after hitting, wow, I didn't know it hit 1160. And then there's news that the US market recover, gold also down, rates not increase. So that's the prognosis going forward. Now, this is pretty much a US FOMC playbook. They don't raise, gold, go. They don't raise, then gold will go higher. Okay. So with that, I end the closing bell for week ending 28. I'll see you next week. Bye.